Men cheat. We are not ignorant that is a fact.
Really?
A lot of men cheat.
Do you have the proof?
Just go to Google and type, and they will tell you that truly, people have come out and said they experience men cheat. That's a fact. But you have come to believe the fact that you've ignored the truth. There are people that are actually in a particular bondage because of the lies that the devil has fed them. So what the devil does is that he comes and whispers a lie to you. You accept the lie, and then you start feeding on those lies. And those lies keeps you in bondage. When you get to Isaiah, there's something that Christ came to do. He said, for the Lord has anointed me. He said to set the captives free. There is what we call the captivity of the mind. You are in a prison that is cased because of a wrong knowledge of something. Let me give you an example. So you have AA and AS, right? And they believe that AS always suffer from malaria. So for you, every month you know that you're going to suffer from malaria. You've believed that fact. That I am suffering from malaria because I am an AA. Now, this is a fact, but not a truth. And that's a lie from the devil. So every day you wake up and you're suffering from malaria, you've accepted the sickness because fact says that I am a genotype AA and I'm meant to suffer from malaria every month.
So don't you believe in facts?
Now, facts and truth are different things. Now, when we talk about believers don't walk by facts, they walk by truth. Doctor might tell you are sick. It's true that you are sick, but do you totally believe the fact to work on it, or do you believe the truth? Now, facts are there, but truths are realities that have been captured in the scriptures. Facts tells you that you are meant to suffer from malaria because you're an AA, but truth does not say that. So we believers walk on truth, but we are not ignorant that there is a fact. Because the ignorance is when people say, I'm sick, I'm not going to take drugs. That's a fact, and you are ignorant of the fact. Now, taking drugs is that, okay, I know that there is a fact. But speaking the truth is I know that my reality is captured on the truth. So the devil tells you that in your family, people don't get married at this. And it's true. Because most of these things, they are really true. You come to your house and you find out that the first daughter is not married, the second daughter is not married, the third daughter is not married. And it's the truth that you definitely might not get married. Now, the devil comes as a believer, whispers it to your ear. You accept it and you believe it. And you're not looking forward to getting married. Because there is already a pattern in my family that we don't get married. Some lies can be that all men, you see the social media, all men are scam, all men are scum. I've gone to a place and they say, when you get married, just believe that your husband will cheat on you. It's a lie. Now, many people believe that I'm going to get married quite all right, but I'm also going to be comforted because I know that this man is going to cheat on me. That's a fact. The population now in the world, men cheat. We are not ignorant that is a fact.
Really?
A lot of men cheat.
Do you have the proof?
Just go to Google and type, and they will tell you that truly, people have come out and said they experience men cheat. That's a fact. But you have come to believe the fact that you've ignored the truth.